Hi, everybody. It's Andrea Pocket, president and co-founder of Stigma-Free Mental Health Society. Super excited to have you here today for our Stigma-Free Voices, our podcast. And today we have an amazing guest who is going to share about his personal experience, some of the advocacy work that he's been doing. And Hussain, how are you doing today?
Hello, Andrea. I'm doing fine, and this is really an honor and a privilege,
Aw.
truly, to be on the podcast. Yeah,
Oh, thank you so much. I think what a good way to get started is to get our viewers to get to know you a little bit. So I'll share your bio and then we'll jump into some questions, have a good casual chat, and get to know you better. Okay. So I'll start with the bio
perfect.
next. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So Hussain is the founder of The Struggling Warrior. I love that title, by the way. A mental health platform dedicated to raising awareness about OCD and helping people reclaim control over their lives. And he draws from over a decade of personal experience with OCD. And he's been featured by many major mental health organizations. And as well, he's the author of Listen Up, OCD Is Talking. It's an innovative ebook written from OCD's perspective to help readers understand the disorder's patterns and begin their recovery journey. All right. So let's get into your personal story a little bit, Hussain. I'm really curious to know. Let's go back. And I was wondering, when was the first time perhaps that you started noticing signs of OCD in your life?
Yeah, to be honest, I really didn't know that there was something called OCD to begin with.
Yeah.
I think that's around elementary, probably the third or fourth grade. I was doing one of my Islamic homework, and a random thought popped in my head.
Mm.
It was about scrupulosity and offending God and religious figures. At first, I was weirded out, but I
Mhm.
brushed it off.
Right.
But as time went by and the thoughts became more severe,
Mhm.
they increased in frequency.
Right.
So I began to panic. I started to cry. I started to lose sleep, lose appetite, and I was only just a kid, so I really didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
So you have
think
these
that was
intrusive thoughts, right? Like, can you explain a
yeah,
little bit about that and some of the
yeah.
fears? Like, what were you
Yeah,
struggling with? Yeah.
so for example, an intrusive thought is a thought that is basically it's an unwelcome thought.
Mm.
It's a thought that pops up randomly in your head. People don't choose their intrusive thoughts. They just, well, they are intrusive after all. But these thoughts create so much anxiety and
Mm.
fear and guilt, especially to someone that's probably 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
So at that stage, I think that was the first sign that I thought that I was weirded out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That can be very disturbing, not understanding at such a young age what's happening with these intrusive thoughts, and they're repetitive. You can't really get rid of them, right? So that's
exactly. Yeah,
really at that young age when you started experiencing this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about something specific that you shared with us. What was it like dealing with fears while driving, like thinking a camera could capture your thoughts or that you might have hit someone? So you shared a little bit about this. So I was with our programs manager, and I was wondering if you could share a little bit about that experience.
Okay, so this was after I started driving. So I'm basically in university. The funny thing with OCD is that at every stage, up it ups the ante. For example, the elementary level, it was like the school stuff. OCD could interfere there. As you grow up and responsibilities increase, OCD also apparently grows with you. And I learned that the hard way. So one of my themes was that I was basically scared of driving. I remember one time I was going to my class and there was a bump in the road. As soon as I heard that bump and I felt it, my mind was racing. My heart was basically pumping out of my chest.
Yeah.
I imagined, which is also a huge part of OCD, the mental imagery. I imagined that I ran someone over with my car and basically killed someone. Now, at that point, I knew that this was gibberish. But with how OCD controls your mind and your emotions, it's like you have to believe it.
Right.
So I raced. I took the first turnabout, went back to that same place. There was nothing, no surprise. But yeah, I spent maybe I'd say a good 2 hours just circling around. I didn't go to my class. Actually, I failed that class. That was how OCD was really tough around the university. Yeah.
Affecting every part of your life, right? Like just
exactly,
detrimentally. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I also had I'd say this was at the peak of my OCD experience, that whenever I was driving and I saw the speed cameras in the street, I also for some reason OCD had me believe that I don't know how to explain it, but like when I saw that camera, it was like, what if that camera just caught my thoughts?
Yeah.
My absolutely horrible thoughts that I frankly did not choose. And it was so extreme that sometimes I was driving, and if I saw a camera, I would just put my hands on my mouth just to make sure that, if anything is blurred, I blurbed it out.
Right.
That it didn't get it.
Yeah.
So you get to live in a bubble inside your head that is very different from the reality outside.
Right. And so how did it affect your faith and your relationship with religion growing up as well?
Oh, this is a big one. I say this is my main fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was born into a religious family. So the more religious you are, for example, OCD tends to attack the things that you value most. For example, for me, it was my religion. It was the praying, the going to the mosque, the constant thought of, am I a good person? Am I a good Muslim? Am I a good human being? And it was really detrimental. I started to miss prayers. I started to avoid anything that had any relationship with religion.
Mm-hmm.
I started to self-isolate because Andrea, the thing is that you could be living, having just a normal day, but
Mm-hmm.
but as soon as that prayer time starts, the thoughts come rushing in.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I think I was a late teen, maybe 16, 17. And yeah, it was really tough. It was really tough.
Yeah.
I tended to get away from any religious talk, any religious discussions, and it really affected me because inside I wanted to be there with in my to do my prayers, to do my homework essentially, but I couldn't.
Yeah. And this is
And
affecting your
frankly,
daily life and your mental health, like
yeah,
everything, right?
yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Yeah. So, was there a moment or an event that made you realize you needed to get help and start understanding what was happening better?
Yes, it was. I think it was second year of uni. Um, um, at that point, basically, I was bedridden. I couldn't. I couldn't get out of bed. Um, I couldn't basically function as a normal human being. As soon as I woke up, the intrusive thoughts raced in. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep well, sometimes at all. I was eating, I say, very unhealthy food. So I gained a lot of weight. Um, very minimal hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically existing, not living.
Yeah.
I couldn't attend my classes. I actually failed that whole semester. Yeah, because you gotta imagine that I had OCD
Yeah.
and nobody at home knew about it because I took the macho man route. Like, okay, I'm a man. I'm gonna do it the
I'm gonna
manly
get
way.
through this. I can't be weak, kind of
Exactly,
thing, right?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And that actually made my OCD worse.
Yeah.
So I basically couldn't function as a human being. And at that point, I sought help. I my first step was I talked to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I told them what was happening, and then one thing led to another, and I was basically dragged into therapy.
Yeah.
My mother basically dragged me there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and here I am, uh, doing everything I can to help people that once suffered and felt alone, that they are not alone, and
Yeah.
that recovery is possible, and that I'm proof of it.
What did recovery look like for you? Like, how did you get better? How did you heal? How did you understand OCD?
To be honest, it was a bumpy road,
Yeah.
as it should be, as it should be. Um, so recovery was basically, I did a lot of ERP, which is exposure and prevention therapy. Is that, for example, you get exposed to a fear,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gradually and then you gradually learn how to not get attached to such thought without completing any compulsions.
Right.
So, for example, if someone has harm OCD, it's like the fear of harming others. And for example, most people would basically be triggered if they saw a knife, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So in ERP, you sit down with a therapist. He actually brings the knife and hands the knife to you and tells you, okay, do something, basically. Now he knows that you can't act on it because people with OCD are the most wonderful people in the whole world. But as I began to do the ERP stuff, and I rewired my brain that these thoughts are not real, and that it's all in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and you are gradually increasing the exposure to such perceived threats. I began to see OCD as what it is.
Right.
It's like someone who lies to you 24/7 and just wants to make you feel like nothing.
Yeah.
So I'd say the recovery was tough. It wasn't easy at all. But was it worth it? 100%.
It's great.
100%.
And it led you to creating the Struggling Warrior and sharing your story. Like, this is amazing.
Exactly.
So this whole story and the background, and tell me about that. Like, how do you use your voice? Like, I know you wrote Listen Up, OCD Is Talking from your own OCD's voice. Share with me the uniqueness of that. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so after therapy and after I recovered, I felt a sense of responsibility to the people all around the world that are struggling in silence. And there are a lot of them, in the millions.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to become intrigued with the disease. So I started to study it, read a lot about it, join communities, join forums. And I came up with the idea one day that what if I created a platform of my own? And one thing led to another, and Listen Up OCD was my project at that time.
Yeah.
I wanted to personify the disease. I didn't want it to feel like a high school textbook or a university medical jargon. I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel like a normal conversation with the disease.
I love that.
It's like it's like sitting one-on-one with the disease and just having a chat.
Yeah.
It's like it will tell you, hey, if you do this, I will get stronger. My thoughts will become more repetitive. You will start to lose control over your mind and life. But if you do that, which is the opposite, my grip will be my grip on your life will decrease immensely. And one thing led to another, and I didn't want this to be like some sort of business. I just wanted to help people out.
Yeah. And have your platform, and you're doing that, and you're here today.
Yes.
And I really appreciate what you're doing. My father, he had OCD and he never got help.
Really?
And I think a lot of times, you know, especially men, like just don't want to seek help for fear of feeling weak. And I know there's things you do to stay well in the longer term. And like, I think you like going to the gym and focusing on physical health as part of your recovery and stuff. Is that something you love to do?
Yes, exactly. As a matter of fact, I just came back from the gym.
Me too.
Awesome. Awesome. So the gym basically, it was one of the main pillars of recovery, to be honest. First of all, it gave me clarity. I had a schedule. I knew what I wanted to do that day. Because with OCD, the more you're free, the more the thoughts will come crippling back in. Right. And we don't want that. So first of all, it gave me clarity. I could schedule out my day. Second of all, it will allow me to get out of my bubble, which OCD tends to make you do a lot, self-isolate. I went there. I tried to socialize. The days that I felt I could socialize, a lot of days I didn't, which is fine. But I tried to challenge myself every day. And also one huge reason of consistently going to the gym was that studies show that the OCD brain lacks the efficient amount of the chemical serotonin, right, in the brain. Yeah. So with physical activity, the brain naturally produces serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates mood. So as serotonin is increased, hopefully to normal levels, I began to sleep better. I began to eat better. My confidence skyrocketed. And I had like a medium. To take out all of the negative emotions and negative what is the word? Energy. Yeah. Negative energy into something positive. Yeah. So
you're channeling in that negative energy into something productive, in which you love to do. And it's so great. Well,
it's like recycling. It's like recycling your pain.
Yeah, I love that. Yes. Well, there's a lot of people struggling, like you say, and I was wondering, in closing here, what's a message you would like to get out there? What kind of advice can maybe you give somebody who is dealing with these types of symptoms and OCD?
Yes, this is huge. So basically, number one, don't be scared of OCD. It's basically a bully in your head. So do not fear it. That's number one. Number two, be curious about it. Read more. Educate yourself. Because you can't fix a car if you don't know what's broken with it. So educate yourself. Therapy, guys. I know it's hard. I know that it could be overwhelming. It could be even for example, I couldn't imagine myself going to therapy. I was basically dragged into therapy. Yes.
Yeah.
And for the men out there, guys, please do not take the macho man, the macho road against this, because it will backfire, and quickly. So reach out for help. Don't be afraid of the stigma. And recovery is possible. because I'm living proof of it. I wouldn't have thought in a million years that I would have my camera open and my mic open and be on a podcast. So recovery is recovery is possible. I'm living proof of it, and if I can do it, anyone in the world can.
Oh, I just really appreciate you coming on here with your vulnerability and your being so authentic. But where could people find out more information about you and your work?
Thank you so much. So I have my website, www.thestrugglingwarrior.com.
Yeah.
I also I have my IG, my Instagram. I post there a lot, and people could reach out to me either through email, which is on my website, or from Instagram.
Perfect.
And I basically will answer you right away. Don't be like intimidated or anything like that. I was in your shoes, and hopefully we'll help as much people as we can.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. So stay on the line. I'd like to thank you personally and have a closing chat with you. And thank you everybody for watching this very inspiring podcast. And thank you so much, Hussain. Like, I really appreciate the vulnerability. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And making a difference in the world is one of the most important things in helping people get help with their mental health. So much appreciated. And everybody listening, please feel free to share the podcast on your social media channels. It's on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and anywhere you can find Stigma-Free Mental Health Society. So thank you everybody so much. We really appreciate you tuning in, and have a wonderful day, Hussain, and everybody else have a wonderful day as well. Take care.